Yeah. Hello and welcome to this 1v1 cast game. Today we're on Two Lakes Duel and we've got CheekiBreeki playing as 2nd UK and he's going up against Issy playing as 8th Infantry Division. Two Lakes is just one of those maps which I can't stand. Basically, Blue's got a much easier time of it than Red because Blue gets to Zulu first with forward deploy, and Blue gets into Oscar with forward deploy, even though that's supposed to be Red zone. 2nd UK, let's have a look at the deployments. 2nd UK is really, really good for this because you've got the SAS. These guys are a bit silly now because of they got these 2 machine guns added, which I didn't agree with, but was powerless to prevent. And basically, you can just take both towns with these and then flood it with a bunch of regular infantry behind that. So yeah, we've got 2 SAS here for CheekiBreeki and a sniper. Okay, I mean, sure, that can work, I guess. I mean, it would have probably been faster to just put him here and then move him back, walk him, but it's not a big deal. And then regular scouts and a fox, so he's got a very full recon tab if he's got regular scouts, snipers, and the fox. I wonder if he's got the air mobile scouts. So the fox is going to there. One thing it is good to do is put that's exactly what I was going to say. So he's got a Milan 1 here, and so he will cover the road with a Milan 1. I wonder if he's brought Milan 2s as well. Some people run both. I tend to just run Milan 2s. It depends on the division. Something like 152nd easy on France, I always bring the Milan 1s and the Milan 2s. So yeah, Milan 1 there, and then an arm rifle's going into the town. And then on the right, we've got 4 SAS taking quite conservative positions here. They could get to the front. But yeah, that's 4 SAS. Probably a bit overkill. Like you could have an extra SS in Oscar. And then regular scouts. By the way, if you've got airborne forward deployment, you will get to this building. If you're blue, you'll get to this building before red gets there. But depends if this is obviously recon forward deployment, so it probably wouldn't. And then behind that, we've got a supply, 2 Milan 1s, and a Saxon CV. Switching to his opponent's deployment, ISI here playing 8th US Infantry. I think this div's really bad. I've been playing it a lot. I wouldn't say really bad, but it's very weak. The infantry's too overpriced. Hopefully this guy brings some air mobile gun group so I can show you how they stack up to the mech rifles. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, sniper in here for the vision. I'd be tempted to send this, because it's a sniper, I'd be tempted to send it further forwards, like here would be nice. Or, like around here or something, because you can get the exceptional stealth, right? Because you can put any old recon in there, and they're probably not going to get seen because of how far away they are. LRS going to here, and he will get there before the scout's not even going there, but he will because this is airborne and this is only recon. And then 2 Engineers Dragon in the M35, a CV for Lima. On the right side, LRS going to Oscar. He's just going in a random building. Basically, you always, if you can, you want to go for the churches, because religious people can see further than atheists. So this is how far a religious person can see, and this is how far an atheist can see. So I'm not sure why he's going to the atheist's house when he could go to the house of God instead. And then a Stinger, a Rangers, and then 3 Rangers Dragons in Blackhawks. Which, I mean, the SAS really should be killing at least one of those before it lands. We'll see how this goes. I mean, there's obviously a lot of helicopters here. And then, yeah, a Hog and a Tow Cobra. So only 2 SAS, they're probably going to get overwhelmed. It depends. If Red starts panicking, then, so this will probably kill everything. And then a Bradley coming around here, so I guess that sniper's never going to make it. So we'll cast the game. Oh, I forgot the CV. It's going to Pepper and then Oscar. So we'll cast the game, and I'll do so from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joinering the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. At the higher tiers, so tier 2 and tier 3 channel memberships, you can get your games cast by me at a rate of 1 a month. So if you beat like a pro player and you want everybody to know about it, there's no better way. There's no better way. I've seen a lot of people like just constantly message me asking me for requests. This is one of the reasons I started this up. Because there's no way I can deal with all the requests, so it's just kind of easier. But the other reason is I like money, right? So the SAS are going to start opening up here. If you like money more than I do, if you like having your money more than giving it to me, please do just like the videos. So standard Cobra goes down there. Like the Blackhawks need to be coming forwards. I mean, it's probably most likely that this is this. So I was sort of assuming that the Blackhawks would be tanking the hits and then the Cobras would be doing the shooting, but this is just sad, really. So the Harrier AA has been mismicroed a bit there, like it should have gone on that Bradley, really. There go all those helicopters. Probably going to be a short game. At the looking very over. So there go 2 engineers. Arm rifles, yeah, fair enough. You know, you can also use these to shoot people. I've noticed Blue hasn't bought an AA for X-ray, CV for X-ray. What's this one? Oscar. So I've got a very itchy nose today. I do try not to do it because obviously it sort of looks dumb. But anyway, these SAS, they're out of rounds now, and the LGBT is probably going to kill this one, and then it's got to reload for 20 seconds. That was a final departing gift from Balance Man. But yes, in 20 seconds it may be able to kill this one. LRS get 18 now, so they should kill that Saxon if they can. But yeah, I'm just surprised by Blue's buys here. Like, he got in the zone, and then instead of you need to throw a bunch of infantry into it, basically. Like, you could have even like put 2 of these SAS back in these Saxons and sent them down here and over there. But instead he's just been buying planes at a rate of 1 a minute, basically. And that's just killed all his momentum. Because now he's not getting any infantry here. And he, you know, Red has taken the zone. He's only got 6 HP left. Yeah, what can I say? Harrier AA is an interesting choice. I mean, I go for the Phantom. It's a lot better. If he hadn't evac that, he would have had the guns on it. It probably would have killed it, but he might have lost it to the Stinger, so it's understandable. And now here comes the backup infantry. But if this Bradley gets to here, basically, then they're not getting in. Yeah, here also works because then you shoot them there. So a bit of a wasted opportunity there for Blue. And that's why, you know, if you're going to rush a zone, you should bring a CV. Just 100% of the time, if you're going to rush a zone, bring a CV. Otherwise, you take the zone, and then you're not actually getting anything out of it. You'll notice Red is now winning. Red is now winning on points, which means Blue has to attack for the rest of the game. So over here he's trying to attack for the rest of the game, and you see the power of just sitting in a building. These are Engineers Dragon, right? They're 1 vet. These are SAS cream of the crop. There's 3 of them, and they're losing to 2 squads of Engineers Dragon. And it's simply because all that matters is like, they don't even have machine guns. Or if you're in a building, it just gives you such a massive advantage over the guys in the open. This LRS is giving good vision as well, and yeah, now he can use his supply, but it's probably not enough. And you see now that, you know, Blue's basically been pushed out of this zone, and if he just hadn't bought those planes, all those planes, literally bought a Harrier AA, 2 Harrier bombers, if he'd gone for infantry instead, he'd be all up in this, you know. If he got those, like, Warrior Milans, like, this wouldn't be here, and then he'd be able to just keep reinforcing. So there's always this tendency to be like, I need something in the fight right now, buy a plane, and sometimes that's definitely the case, but usually it's not. Usually it's not, and people are buying planes when they shouldn't be. Also, losing 2 SAS is very bad. You want to lose, obviously you want to lose no units ever, right? But so that was a Black Hawk going down there to the SAS. And this is now the 4th plane he's bought. Kind of makes sense in this case because that hog's there. And yeah, the Stinger didn't even shoot. You'll notice that ISI here, he's turned off the assault rifles on his Stinger. Now he's bought another plane. I mean, you're just so thin on the ground. You're trying to attack. You need units. Like this is more than a minute's income. It's a very expensive plane. That could have been a Challenger Mark II. And then that Bradley's not going to be messing with you anymore. I think you lost like the Milan, right? Challenger Mark II here. There's no reinforcements coming in if you do that. So the Warrior Milan wins that fight. Obviously they both die, but the Warrior Milan is like literally a third of the price of the, of the Bradley CFB. Just under, right? It's more like 2.4 or something. 120 versus 50. I get a calculator up, so 20 divided by 50 is 2.4. Oh, I'm a genius. But basically the way you do that is you divide it by 10 and then times it by 2. And that is, you know, that's dividing by 5. So if you want to divide by 50, then obviously you divide it by... sorry. Anyway, this is clearly working, right? Blue hasn't really been reinforcing much either. I'm not sure. Like, he's padding out this side. You'd think he'd want to secure borders before going for this. Honestly, Red needs to buy some AA. Red is attacking here, but you'd think he'd want to push Blue out here. Sorry, I'm sort of messing this up. Blue really needs some iHawks. iHawks one-shot Harriers, and CheekiBreeki seems intent on just buying planes forever. This is a nice try, but usually you want to send like an empty truck or you know, pivads or something first, because you don't know what's gonna be on that road. Like usually a blue player would have an infantry unit here, or if not there, then here. Or just put a Milan in here, that can work. He's got the Milan 1s, which are decent against anything that's not tank, basically. But generally, like, ATGM suppression values have gone through the roof, and so now even a Milan 1 with 185 suppression, 2 hits, or two, even if you miss, it still tends to do the suppression, unless it's like a total miss. Yeah, you would put them on low cohesion with 2 hits. I believe it's 500 for a route, and the stuns come in like it's like after 300 you roll for stun, so it doesn't always stun, something like that. But yeah, 500's a route, so that's why these cheap ATGMs are so effective. It's a shame. I think it makes heavy tanks kind of pointless if ATGMs are so good. So yeah, that's the power of the Harrier. This is the only one. This is the only F-16, I believe. Higher size box. It was on cooldown, presumably, I think. But he should really evac this, or at least I mean, go for this first with your guns and then evac it. And yeah, CheekiBreeki's now that he's switched to actually buying infantry, he's taken the zone. And it's weird because Red has sort of gone for this, but he really should have focused on fully kicking Blue out, because he kicked him out, but he didn't fully kick him out. He saw here, and then he didn't reinforce it, and then they all came back in. More Harriers. This might be the first one he bought off cooldown. I mean, it's been 10 minutes, 9 minutes. But yeah, it's weird that like Red, he's not bought any iHawks. They're really good on this map because nice open sight lines. If you're in a city or something, it's less useful. But yeah, one iHawk would have paid for itself like twice over now, because there's just so many Harriers and they all have 8 HP, whereas the iHawk deals 9 HE. It's a shame I said that the wrong way round. So yeah, more Harrier. Like, I mean, Red just needs to buy some AA, man. He's losing basically everywhere now. His attack here didn't really work out, and you can see that you know, if Blue actually wanted to push, he's brought Terriers, which is interesting. This squad's probably worth it now. It didn't used to be, but basically all infantry squads kept getting more expensive because Balanced Man was trying to slowly solve the unit saturation thing by just making it so everything slowly gets more and more expensive. So over time, these have gone from not being very useful to actually being one of the more cost-effective squads. Compare that to Mech Rifles Law, which is one of the least cost-effective squads. So this is 55 points for 9 men and 2 MGs, whereas this is 40 points for 8 men and 1 MG. right? An MG and a man is not worth 15 points. Terriers are quite cost efficient now. So, yeah, I mean, Blue's taken this. He's taken this. I'm not sure what Red does now. I think he's made too many mistakes already. It's very difficult for... his first mistake was picking 8th. Certainly this is a very difficult matchup for the 8th player. But he on a map as open as this, you could lean into the M1A1s, basically. You can lean into the M1A1s and the armed transports, the M113s, where he's brought them in he's brought them in trucks, which they don't provide fire support, right? Because basically there's no like dragon thing on this team. So I mean, that was a nice guess, I guess. You'll have wished he'd saved it when he sees these two. And so the M113 is quite effective. I suppose the Milan 1 is an ideal counter for that. Because it's a lot cheaper than the Milan 2. Is it like 15 points cheaper, or is it more? And it's more available, so you could just saturate them, and then the M113s don't work out so well. But yeah, it's a strange play from Red. He should have, you know, kicked Blue out of here, and then spent the next 20 minutes just trying to take trades, and then eventually push into here. That's Red's sort of win condition. Whereas Blue's win condition is that they've got, you know, this one of the strongest units in the game, the SAS. Yeah, don't clump up like that. And so you just forward deploy that into the town, you get the town, you're on the good side. Yeah, the Milan 1s are working out here. I mean, there's no tanks, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so he's actually bought another one of these. So, likes his planes. I mean, Chaparral is not real. I mean, if you're 8th Infantry, right, what is the point of the Chaparral? Maybe for shooting helicopters, I guess, but you've got the Pivads, which kind of does that already. So you don't need both of those. And if you want to shoot planes, you've got the iHawk. The Chaparral is not really... I mean, it's very, very expensive for what it is. It's been nerfed a lot. It's just not that useful. And yeah, you know, like Red, he's trying to push back in here, but he just refuses to buy iHawks, so he just keeps getting smacked around by Harriers and Tornadoes and so on. Saracen Transport's an interesting one. It's quite rare to see. To be honest, it's quite rare to see Terriers, because like arm rifles are the same price. They've got 2 MGs, so they've got 1 less man, but you know, you get them with the Warrior Milan. I don't know. Terriers, they could probably work. There's just generally other things to bring, like Air Mobile Gun Group for 15 points more. It's got 3 MGs. Or is it 10 points more? I think it's 10 points more for 3 MGs. And yeah, just more Air Bully. Just no iHawks. No iHawks. And that LGBT flew next to the SAS and immediately died. That is... not fab. You probably should have kept it around here because there was no SAS here. You got to keep track of the units over the course of the game. He should have known there were 3 SAS there because they came out and attacked and then they all ran away, so they're still there. It's very, very rare to come up against a player that actually moves things around the map. They'll just leave it there most, like 99% of the time. The only people I've seen do that are me, and then it doesn't work, so I stopped doing it. And like Lathans, back when Lathans used to play. So yeah, you know, this mech rifle's low, too expensive, basically. I mean, there's a case to be made that Engineer's Dragon are too expensive, but they've got the Dragon. Could go down to 45. But... So there you go, he's actually got some AA, but no iHawk, still no iHawk. Would have been so useful this game against all these Harriers. All of these planes. I mean, that's literally... He's got a Tornado card, a Harrier card, a Jaguar card, and a Harrier AA card. I believe the Harrier HE bomber is... I mean, I've seen 2 or 3 Harrier HE bombers. So he's got 4 plane cards currently on the field. Lots of points in planes, and Red, the counter is literally just to buy 3 iHawks. And that'll cost you, you know, 2 iHawks is less than the price of this. And you know, it saves the units, right? Although, you know, the Stingers are starting to do something. The Chaparral has accomplished something. And so this should really be targeting the AA, if he's going to do it like that. And, yeah, so he did, but this guy, you know, he's 65% accuracy. The Stingers are decent as well. There is 30% ECM there, but, you know, he kept flying over it. Sooner or later it's going to hit you. And yeah, another thing you can do is get the F-16 and put it here, you know, just like hold shift and just drag it across your screen. This is also quite intelligent. You see how he went around the town there with the F-16? Yeah, Harrier AA is not great to bring, because then when you need the long-range AA, like, you know, Phantom F3 would have been great there, but yeah. Although, you know, the Harrier, I don't know if he knew he was playing against 8th, but the Harrier certainly got a lot of helicopters. Sorry, I'm a bit. I've not been sleeping properly, basically. That's enough about me. So, you know, Red, he's still trying to push, and it's like, it's just such a strange way of doing things. He's still not bought a single tank, and he keeps pushing in blobs, and then the tornadoes keep killing him, so there go 2 more, and this one actually survived. The way you want to do it as 8th is, you know, you set up your front line, you buy your arty and stuff, okay, but you buy your iHawks, and then you start buying the Abrams, right? And you cycle the Abrams forward, shoot, get hit by 10 ATGMs, come back, artillery all the ATGMs, come back in, shoot, get hit by the ATGMs. Yeah, you go back and you just do that for like 20 minutes because you're trying to pop open this town and it's very, very, very difficult to do, especially given that the boys over at Eugene did some deforestation and they cut out the forest that used to be here, and they cut out the forest. I think there used to be one here, but the one here is the biggest one because Reds used to just be able to walk all the way through here and then attack, whereas now it's just a nice big open field, and Blue can put Milan's here, Milan's here. There's a nice big gap here so the red guys can't get through. So it's very tough to break this town. If you're a pack div, you just buy a bunch of grads. But yeah, CheekiBreeki, he's doing the right thing here. He's just putting units in the town, and he's holding the flanks. He does have Milan 2s. 75 versus 50. There you go, 25-point difference. Did I say 15? So it's literally 50% more. In real life, the Milan shoots about half as far as the TOW, but this game's made in France, and so in this game, the TOW shoots like 100 meters more. But yeah, in real life, the TOW goes about 4 kilometers, and the Milan goes about 2. But in this, the TOW just goes 2 point something. It's a shame. I mean, they talk about realism, but I don't know. Okay, so he's bought his first tanks of the game. He's finally bought an iHawk. It's been 20 minutes. But all this time, you know, Cheeky's just on a +2 here. And I'm quite surprised he's not bought any challengers, because, you know, you really want a challenger here. This is probably dead. That was not worth it at all. Are you trying to kill a Hellam with an F-16? I mean, you know there's AA there because it shot you. You know the SAS is there. It's just not a good idea. When you push, you know, just have the Stingers with the push. And yeah, so he needs to put this on return fire only, because obviously CheekiBreeki is now going to know that there's something here. But you see how he can't see it? He can't see it. He's not actually got any recon here. I think if he had a recon here, like a normal recon, he'd be able to see this. But at the very least, you know, second UK, you've got good artillery options. You would arty this. Or the alternative is you can press this, press T and click around here, but because it's an auto cannon, like the splash is very low, so you'll probably not hit it, even if you got to click like right on it. But yeah, this guy's just plinking away here. And his teammate there has got a lower range rifle, so doesn't do as much. But you see, he's got the sniper trait, which makes his sniper deal 5 times more damage than it says on the tin. And accuracy bonus. I'm not sure what that is, because it doesn't tell you and it's not on the stat card. lots of things still not on the stat card, but hey, we got smoke launchers. You see this? I mean, the icon's really bad. It's a big shame. It doesn't really look like any of the other icons, but like you see, like this. Oh, is there another one around here? You see, like this is the transport icon. The smoke icon is like it's like a 3D render of something, whereas this is just 2D. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but yeah. Another thing Red should be doing is putting a CV with his arty. But yeah, Blue really should have got some arty. Okay, so that's his arty. Yeah, fair enough. I've been experimenting with the M107, the one that's like this but not as good. Basically, the fire rate, the HE is much less, but because it's got like 10 kilometers more range for some reason, and so that means it's got a tighter dispersion circle. It also seems to, like, the shells seem to be quick. I don't know if that's just in my head. Here we go, so we bought a Challenger, and yeah, you've just got to, just put that there and just start shooting. You've got to turn cover off, otherwise it starts trying to reverse behind into trees and houses and stuff. But yeah, he's got it on the road, so he is doing basically what I said. Yeah, so he's got lots of supply, and you need some recon here, really, because he can't see these scouts. Otherwise, they'd be dead. And, yeah, he needs an infantry recon. I think he's missing a trick, not having the air-mobile scouts, because they've got 4 MGs and an AT, but they only come in helicopters. So you see, that missed, and it's already on normal cohesion. This is not intelligent, although there is actually an iHawk here now, which there wasn't before, but he needs to lay off on the planes. There's just too much, like, the enemy has been stood here for ages, so you gotta, after you lose the first couple of planes,
Lucas Key subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Lukashki. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Lukashki. But yeah, you don't want to be like running your planes at this constantly just because they're off cooldown. If you want to use them, you want to use them in a less active front. So you send this forwards. Oh, there's a guy there playing it. Right, you send this down here. Oh, there's a guy there playing it. Because there are people there. Because if you just send it where the enemy's got his concentration, certainly after he's killed the first 2 planes, you should really know there's AA there. But yeah, it's just strange because like there should have been the iHawks should have been up much earlier, basically. So you see, he started to buy the tanks and stuff now, and he's making good progress. I think a lot of this is down to CheekiBreeki not having recon in the town, because he couldn't see. Obviously, this is shooting now, so he will be able to see it. But okay, so this might die. You see, oh no, he just pressed the evac and now it's coming back around. That would have survived if he'd sent it over here, shift over to here, and then shift V, and then it'll evac once it gets to the position. I should probably do a short guide on that, but there's a lot of things I should do a short guide on. So, CheekiBreeki, he needed a couple more tanks here, really. And yeah, it's smart to have the Hell Arm here, because most people, when they push, they just don't bring AA, and then they go and cry about it. The smoke's really interesting. So basically, he's recognized that the enemy has more fire support than him, and he's smoking the enemy fire support to protect his units. So I often see people get smoked the wrong way around. He's done it correctly here. Basically, if you had all the fire support, you would not want to do this. But in this case, there are just lots of tanks here, and he can't really fight them. So he's smoking off the tanks. What I'd like to see from Issy is counter battery. There it is. And he could just put 1 on each one. You definitely don't need both on 1 2-armored vehicle. So, yeah, Issy should have had a bit more infantry here. And then, yeah, CheekiBreeki, he's holding a bit too far back, because this is getting in here now. And he needs at least 1 card of regular rifles, because they've got the Lore 80, which would make short work of this. Like, he could just go forwards 2 buildings with these and kill him, get some more supply, Yeah, I'm not sure why he's not reacting to this. Guess he's worried about the tanks, but you know, you put the smoke here, and then run forwards. But yeah, it's just strange to me. He's not really reacting. The Lynx rockets, you know, they're okay. They're not great against armored targets, but he still can't see this sniper even though it's shooting, and he needs to adjust his smoke. Oh, he is okay. And yeah, it's just weird to not see him try and get that CV. Like, if he got this SAS to here and then got them both forwards a building, got these two forwards a building, he would be able to just hit it with a bunch of rockets at once. Okay, so the Lynx Hellarm went down, and the Lynx rocket went down, so the Chaparral's on the field. So the advantage of the Chaparral is it shoots a lot further than the Pivads, but generally I feel like these fulfill the same role, and you're just sort of wasting your time if you bring both of them. Because he's got 4 cards of AA in his deck. Nah, you need to be in the building, mate. You don't attack move. You need to go for the building, because he's just stood in the open getting smacked around here. It's not great. And yeah, so it would be air mobile is what they're called. Just regular air mobile with the LOR 80s. They're not called rifles on 2nd UK. But yeah, you see the issue Red's having. You just can't. There's just too many flanks and stuff, right? So Red can counter that by smoking here. And what? Okay, so he only fired 2 rounds from that. They both missed. Alright. So I think eventually his tank's probably going to die. He's actually got M113s for the engineers. Engineer Flash. So he's got 2 cards of engineers. Really needs to like move this. It's just going to die. I mean, he doesn't... There's always that temptation. I got to get the points. I got to get the points. But if it dies, then it's not really helped you, has it? I'm just very surprised this survived. Not sure how. It looked like it wasn't a full volley, considering the salvo length is 3, and he put them both on that. But yeah, he really needs to deal with that. So there was nobody there, but it was a nice idea, I guess. And these have gone. He really needs to deal with these. Really needs to deal with these. But yeah, with 12 minutes left, CheekiBreeki, you know, he's still on the +2. Keep in mind that if Red takes this, he still has to take, like, this, for example, if he actually wants to get some points. This would just stop the tick, so it's looking pretty good for... Do you get 2 cards of F16 AA on 8th? I only bring 1, but that doesn't necessarily mean you only get 1. Because I've seen a lot of F16s. And yeah, you see, like, once he started buying the tanks and stuff, that things started happening. It takes a long time to build up. And he really needs to hit these mortars. He shouldn't be going for that tank, right? Yeah, he must have 2 cards, because we've seen 1 die, and there are 2 per card, so... So here we go. Okay, so blue's coming over here finally, so that's smart. It's a good way of doing things. You always want to press the advantage, and this would be a great place to use the planes, because the enemy's not got time to put AA there, although obviously his fighters are up. So motorized air mobile, I mean, yeah, they... I think I bring 1 card of them, but they're not the LOR 80, and when you put things on attack move, they stand outside the buildings and shoot. You need to right-click the buildings, really. Too much attack move reliance there. So yeah, this guy got smacked around by those howitzers, but he lives. And look, he's finally getting shot now. I wonder what revealed him. Oh, it's because he's not actually in the trees anymore, because he's attack moved down. So that's a shame, for depending on who you're rooting for. But yeah, red, he's slowly taking this, so blue's just getting pushed further and further back. You see, he's coming for this now. Doesn't really have enough there. I mean, if he uses the plane, sure, but these 2 F-16s are up. And yeah, I think you might want to smoke this one. Oh, now it's stunned. He's really got to smoke it. Smoke it back, or just reverse. I mean, your enemy is giving you some nice smoke there. Wow, he's getting really unlucky. Not hitting anything. Oh, he's got this one's going for the tank. That one's going for the Milans. Okay. Oh, so he did have the Phantom F3. So he's got 5 cards of AA. So yeah, the F-16 gets one. He lost one as well. You would expect this to beat that. And there you go, red takes the zone. It's getting pretty tight now for blue. I think if red takes this, I think he would win. Because that would put him on a +4 if he took it. And that would be enough, I think. Blue also, by sending his units out here, there's actually now fewer units in here, which... That's something you can do, because so the blue player always expects the red player, once he breaks through, to go for this. And indeed, it is a good idea, especially with your 2 cards of engineers. You just come down here. People really don't seem to want to do this. Like, he's not doing it either. You go down this forest and you come out here. It's very easy to do. It's very hard to stop. For like 2nd UK doesn't get good flame infantry. Relies mainly on machine gun spam, and it does have satchels in the Terrier Pioneers, which is quite a cost-effective card. But yeah, with these 2 cards of engineers, red could definitely break this, and you bring the stingers up as well, right? And then you just sit in this. But if you come across here, it tends to be ATGM moment, although not actually that much left. I guess it's been sent over here, so I'm not sure what happened. So the TOW 2 just got shot to death by the sniper, which is like beggar's belief, basically. And I think this is actually just going to get in, because like, he's routed, and this doesn't have AT, so this actually just worked, mainly because Issy wasn't micro in his TOW 2, so he just got shot. be like, oh, the sniper's hitting me. I guess he probably can't actually see this, but yeah, if you just, okay, send that back, bring it round here, something like that. Keep it alive. Maybe use the artillery on this. But yeah, there you go. So still +4 for CheekiBreeki now. Okay, so Issy, he's coming down here. He's getting side shot by Milans and stuff. Really, like, the M113 should be coasting down here to sort of soak Milan shots, essentially. And okay, so he's doing it now. So he needs to be careful, because this... Okay. So that'll stop the tick again, because blue is in here now. The A10 was not the purchase there. That's like a minute's income. 230 out of 260 on an A10. He should have just bought a bunch of infantry and stuck it in here. Because look at that, it's not really doing anything. He gets 1 unit, okay, but he doesn't have anything to hold this. If this dies in its transport, it's Jova, dude. And yeah, red, he needs to... The micro's a bit off. Like, he should have put... Like, this isn't a transport, you could just send that down there. So this guy's got smoke, so you just pop the smoke in front of yourself, or you just fight everybody, I guess. This is probably not going to make it, yeah. So yeah, you just smoke in front of yourself. But yeah, he's using that recoilless, right? He's also got his own sniper, but he doesn't have the sniper trait, so it does 5 times less damage than the sniper. So that is now +4 for red. 6 minutes. Not sure he can do it. I'm not sure he can. We'll find out. Certainly, like, he's sort of messed up here. He needed to put infantry in here, but he's just got guys, like, walking. He had transports. He could have used the transports. Like, this guy's just sat here. This guy's just sat here. You could even start requisitioning, this. Although the iHawk really should get moved up to here. It's difficult, it's much easier for me to say this than it is for people to do it. And yeah, okay, so now he is sending actual infantry. And you see CheekiBreeki there, he just ran in just to stop the tick for a couple of minutes. Because it takes ages for the zone to neutralize. Yeah. So once, Issy's guns have fallen silent, they'd be useful somewhere. Anywhere. So you see that, was that like 1 hit? Just stunned it, yeah. I believe it's 300 for a stun. You see that even though it's got terrible pen, it just immediately routs the tank. Very exciting. So the A10 might get some guns, but because of the forest, it's probably not going to shoot that much. Yeah, you see, it just doesn't work. But yeah, okay, that is wild. That is actually not a bad idea, given the stakes, given what's going on. But yeah, he really should have bought some infantry for this. Like, this is just silly. He doesn't have any infantry in there. Okay, so these guys have landed. They got messed up a bit. I'm not sure how. What killed that? This? No, it's only fired 12 rounds. What? There must have been a plane over there that I didn't see. Because yeah, you see, look, he's just getting shot, and he's not. Like, this will eventually just run out of bullets, I guess. Engine destroyed. He needs some supply there. So this is actually the second A10 he bought. So yeah, you send put these guys on the corners of the zones. Like this is still here, right? And there you go. Here's the plane for this, as we spoke about. +4 for red. Will he catch up in time? Depends. I've got no idea. Like, this might die now. No, it survives. But this is... no, this ain't shooting it. That's weird. Oh, I see. This has more range against helicopters than this. So, yeah, he needs to get this back. It's in the fire. Yeah, he needs to put more units in there. Needs a supply in there. Yeah, is this gonna die? This doesn't have guns, so it can't help out. If it did, it should be helping out. 4 rockets left in the mag. It's probably, I mean, it's only got 1 HP. Okay. He's buying a backup CV for it. Oh, will it? I think it might get through. This is not great for blue. I don't think he's noticed this. That was just on an attack move. So that'll be +8 once it fully takes. +6 as soon as it goes in. And yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close. I mean, another thing, once he's taken this, he can actually send it up here. That's another thing you can do. Another ballsy play. Just hope there's nobody left there. So yeah, he's just trying to contest it. I guess this is where your Blackhawks would come in, but with the rapiers being there, you'd have to send them over here, which you probably should have done, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure if he's got a recon helo. We've not seen those all game. They can be useful, and then you can use the A10 because it's +8. But if these get back in here, they're not armed, so neither's this. Then it'll be +6. Mortar's coming in, so he's probably going to smoke and run in, I assume. But this should just shoot it in the side. 2 minutes left, +8 for ISI. Interesting turnaround. I thought it was over at like minute 1, but Red's clearly got command of this game. It's just down to... oh, no! I mean, that is what I said he should do. So I guess it makes sense, but then these will get... this will get neutralized, but he will get in here. I just wonder if he's got the time. Huh, that's good use of RT. Because now that's going to go down to +4, and then slowly back up to +8, but these will catch up. I'm not sure. I guess he could have like sent this one also that way. Obviously, he doesn't see what we see. He doesn't know where the enemies are. He could send this down here. He's using the Blackhawk to scout use the Blackhawk to scout the infantry positions, then use this to kill that. But he's getting in here anyway. Tractor APUs get smoke now. You see the 50 cals are pretty good. Like, that's on the stabilizer. 15% accuracy. It's just actually doing quite a bit. He should probably get out. Okay, never mind. So there you go. It's going to be... this is only a +1 though. So he gave up that +2 for a +1. That plus... yeah, because obviously it was +4, but then the usual contest it, so it's +2. To be honest, he would have eventually died if he'd stayed there, so it did make sense to do this. I think just given the time, I think there's not enough time. But yeah, this is in a good spot. It's gonna... oh, he's sort of messed this up. You want to build a line of smoke, right? So one here, one there, one there, one there, whereas instead he's just put all 4 there, which is a bit of a mismicro, because now he's got to make a break for it. 6 seconds left, though. Yeah, wow, what a close game. If it had just gone on for like an extra minute, Red would have won. So, GG. That was a tight one. GG to both players. We've got CheekiBreeki here, ranked 373 with an 80% win rate. Interesting. I'm surprised his rank's so. I guess it's just because he's just not played that many games. 80% win rate is very high. And then ISI with a 52% win rate, but like 10 trillion games apparently. Plays a lot of games. He's a game player. Wow, that is a lot of games. ISI should probably watch more Hippie YouTube videos. This is a lot of games for rank 467. Maybe it just plays 8th all day, and 8th is really not that great. It's not terrible, but I'd prefer 2nd, certainly, in this matchup. But yeah, the CheekiBreeki's air spam, it came out strong, but as soon as ISI figured out how to buy an iHawk, and those two F-16 cards coming in clutch, I guess, things really turned around. So, GG, do let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.